Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel, where today I'm finally going to finally going to continue my Let's Play of, it may be hard to see in the background, but Pokemon Battle Revolution is finally coming back to my channel. However, guys, before I actually really get into it, there ain't really too much I want to go ahead and discuss, but there is a good bit of stuff in here, a decent amount of stuff I need to discuss, and actually it's going to be kind of a pre-season announcement before the video actually begins. The main things I need to tell you for this video, guys, is that for this run of the game, first off, if you remember the last video of PBR, you'll remember that I did videos of the Torterra Pass, correct? So if that's the case, what pass am I doing now? Well, obviously, that means I'm doing my sweet little son for Alligators pass. And we're going to see how good everything can go with him. However, guys, I do want to go ahead and let you know about something real quick. First off, this shouldn't actually take that long, but for starters, I do want to go ahead and let you know that, I did actually give my Pokemon some new items, and one of my Pokemon a new move. Hopefully to fit better with the things that will work out for us. The main thing I want to discuss for this video, guys, is discussing some of the new things. Now, I want to go and let you know, guys, Fragger does not have a new move or a new item in place on him. However, I was trying to actually think about maybe giving him a different item and seeing how things would work out for him. I actually did some tests over the last 3 days. I did a test about 2 or 3 days ago where I actually gave him the I Am Leftovers and put the Mystic Water back in my bag. And then gave Lugia, instead of the leftovers, give him the Sharp Beak so we could raise his attack with his Sky Attack move and all that stuff. Or with his flying move in general. However, the bad thing about it was, Fragger actually did a pretty good job without the Mystic Water in itself. However, that Mystic Water gives him a little bit of an extra edge that helps him get past Pokemon that might cause him to be in pain, such as some of the annoying bug Pokemon that like to use Poison Sting. Do you guys think I want to see Fragger get poisoned? Here's your answer. No! And, along with that, it's also kind of risky, because we may need that just in case, a stupid Machoke shows up, or something like that, that causes us to do a little bit of extra damage to the Machoke, and then hopefully be able to take him out within 2 turns. I'm just let me go and say, guys, I tried doing that to see if the others would work for him, that way he could get some health back. However, like I said, that Mystic Water is very helpful in regards, because it does help him get rid of Pokemon that could be big threats to his life, something which you guys know I don't want to see. I tried doing the same thing with him. However, it was with an item I didn't even know I didn't find. A funny thing is, guys, I actually never found the item, or I never found the Shell Bell in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So actually, I had to go off camera and spend time with my baby, and then go get that item real quickly. I actually thought that would give him more health, since even with the leftovers, he was doing some decent damage. And I was hoping that maybe that would give him enough health to where he could survive more than just one hit. Well, he's going to take him more than just one hit, but it really depends on what Pokemon you're stuck against. You have to be very careful with what you do in that regard. And that's what I tried doing. I actually gave him the Shell Bell whenever I actually came into the game. And, tried doing a few battles. However, the thing didn't really work out the best. he was way better with the Mystic Water, and he did good damage with the Shell Bell, but even then, like I said, that little bit of extra damage the water moves give, or that, well, his same type attack bonus, combined with how strong he actually is, and then also combine that with, if he does get low enough, his Torrent ability, he's almost an unstoppable monster. Especially knowing how fast he actually is. And I love that. He's a great Pokemon and he does the best he can. But here's the thing. After that last session where I gave him the Shell Bell, I actually continued playing a little bit longer with the normal items just to see how everything else would work out. Because, well, obviously he was doing better with the Mystic Water, correct? So you'd think everything would work out. But I did run into a pretty big issue in the game itself, and that's with double battles. In certain Colosseums, guys, like Magma, double battles are actually a really good source of keeping Fragger safe. However, I did some double battles in Poketopia Main Street Coliseum, and the game would not let him get a break. Everything that I was up against earlier kept targeting him, would not leave him alone. If there was a Bayonet that was trying to burn him or burn a Pokemon, it was mostly going to be Feraligatr. There was a Pachirisu where I think I had Feraligatr and Dragonite working together, and Pachirisu cost me some issues because of the one problem I have with double battles, guys, that you guys may or may not know about. For y'all that aren't Pokemon players, you may not know this. But, in a double battle, certain moves that hit both Pokemon, like Earthquake, get a 25% debuff in their power. So, because of that, Fragger's Earthquake doesn't do as much damage as it needs to. And there was a battle where I did earlier, where both Pokemon had, like, this little HP left. Not that much at all. And, while he did a great hit, there was also another issue I ran into. My hope, well, there was another time where this happened, where I believe there was a Pachirisu, and I don't remember the other Pokemon that was there. But what happened was, I was hoping that Owo, who I think Fragger was working with at the time, I did say Dragonite earlier, but he was working with Dragonite at 1.2. As I tried doing a whole bunch of different teams. He worked well together with Ampharos, Dragonite, Owo, and Lugia. I can definitely tell those four he's really good at being partners with, which is great. A lot of the reason, guys, why I always put Fragger with a flying type partner is so that way if we need to use Earthquake for some reason, like if there's a bunch of electric type Pokemon, I can do it without hurting my own teammate. Like, that's the one problem I have. If I have Ampharos or something in there, she don't have Magnet Rise, so I can't just keep her away from that. Plus, Ampharos is slower than molasses. So even if I could do that, Fragger would end up outspeeding her and then getting her anyway. You know? Like, that's the thing. Well, let me go and say, guys, everything did not go peaches and cream while I was with him. Single battles, Feraligatr did freaking phenomenal. However, go to level 50 battles, level 50 all battles, and then try doing double battles. Oh my gosh, everything goes down the crapper. And yes, that's even in Poketopia Main Street Coliseum, Knockout Battle, Battle 1. But in Rank 1. Even in Rank 1, that became nearly impossible for me to actually win. I honestly don't know what to tell you guys at this point. I want to have fun with my son, but at the same time, I don't want to see him in pain. He's my little buddy, and I like to see him smile. I even gave them a bunch of praise before I actually began the video. So I actually told them how much I actually did love them and all that stuff. You guys know how much I love Feraligatr, and they may honestly be a lot more restarting for this video, because even though we were running into issue, let me go and say, we can't do level 30s forever. And I can say Fragger can't do level 50s, but there's a lot more scary Pokemon that can easily kill him in that regard. Even one you think would be pretty easy for him to take care of. For example, Giraffafrick. or giraffe rig, but I call it giraffe frick. I've seen Fragger do a massive amount of damage to giraffe rig, but then it used psychic and it do basically 1/3 of Fragger's health. Like 2 more hits, he would be dead. And somewhat, I've seen Fragger take more damage than that. But like I said, guys, I'm sensitive to Fragger's feelings. And whether he's getting a status condition, whether he's getting very badly injured, I hate the feeling of it. And it makes me feel terrible. And, honestly, guys, like I said, don't blame if there's a lot of restarting for this episode. We'll mainly be starting with rank 1 battles, but understand that we won't be doing way too much with everything else. I'll have to hope that everything works out for me. Oh yeah, and guys, before I actually do forget, I do want to go ahead and let you know, because I don't think I ever made the announcement before, or if I did, I can't remember what video it is. The brightness that the computer is on for PBR, and I tested this out to see how good it looked. It looked pretty good. For the brightness, it's at -8. The brightness is at -8. And the exposure's only been turned down 1 notch to -4. So, yeah. That's the brightness things. I'm going to begin with PBR in a few minutes, guys. I'll see you all in a few minutes when PBR actually begins. See you in a second.